Hello Tubesters, it's me Cav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today it's update number 5 on the T34 85 1 in 35 scale Zvezda kit. Put that back. Creaky chair. We've got the usual problems all over again. It's like Groundhog Day. The tracks. Joe's had problems with his tracks, and I've got just the same, although to be fair, let's face it, I have trouble every time I seem to do tank tracks. I can't get them to conform and without falling apart. I've got gaps in where you put them on the jig, they're just after the, is it idler wheels? It's just a mess. I said to Greg Riley, it's really disheartening because I've put a lot of effort into the tank itself and a lot of ideas. Yeah, and I know that I'll say to you guys eventually they'll end up in the dustbin, but I would like them to look good before that fate occurs. I didn't want to do a heavy mud finish on this tank. I'd got an idea that it pulled off the road and it was just where it was and lay by, but a waste ground, whatever. It wasn't going to be up to its axles in mud, but I'm not changing the tracks. I mean, bless his heart, Greg's offered me more tracks. I must have mined out his collection of tracks by now, but I'm not going back on this one. I'm not, I've put the side skirts on, I've super glued them on, I'm just not faffing around with it, so it's going to have to be, but I'm also not leaving it like it is. I've put too much effort in, so I'm going to have to try and disguise the tracks with mud. It's the only thing I can think of doing. I wish now I'd put the rubber side skirts completely the length, and the T55 that I'd seen from the AK book, the modeller had done that. He'd gone from end to end, but the reason I hadn't was I'd thought, well, the mud guards at the front and back, they're made of more well, in fact the whole thing's mild steel, let's face it, or heavy duty gauge steel, I don't know, but it's not armour that you see the main mud guards sticking out, as I call them. Some people call them fenders, I'm not sure what's right or wrong, but in the UK it'd normally be a mud guard. He had gone from length to length, and that I would have probably, well, no, I probably wouldn't have still, but you'd still see where it's all fallen apart. And I've tried super gluing them, I've tried obviously using the normal hot glues to weld them, and it's just not worked. You just end up going down a rabbit hole of more mess. So mud's the only other way, and even then I'd like to see, I could have tried to have bodged it all with mud and then just showed it off, but I like to see, I keep saying, if there is some progression in my modelling and my painting, I'll tell it like it is, so when it goes right, it's right, and when it's wrong. So join me at the bench and we'll have a look of how far I've got with the build. As I say, if the tracks hadn't been so bad, I'm even wondering whether I'm even going to bother putting figures on, just because it's almost a point where you just say, why spend more time? And it will be a lot more. It's going to take me more weeks to do figures and a base. I don't know. We'll have a look at before I get even more depressed about it. Let's have a look at the tank itself. Right guys, thanks for joining me at the bench. As you can see, we've got our improvised rubber defences on the tank itself, for want of a better word. We've also, let me get my chair into the right place. Let me just turn this one off just to see it's bleaching it slightly. I don't know if, well, we'll go with that. I think that looks slightly better without bleaching everything out. Sandbags have been painted. Got a couple of designs on there, all ad hoc, as if it would have been in the field. They've just managed to find some red and white paint and put the national devices on. Got a bit of bit of graffiti on the sides of the rubber, just chalked on. Ad hoc national shield again. Just lift that up. In fact, let's get this light down a bit further on here. I've got Zrinka there, which is the girlfriend of one of the guys on the tank. I've done some more designs on the actual sandbags. We'll get to the Dudley tracks in a minute. I've put blue propylene rope on. What I think I should have done with the lead wire in this occasion was a good idea, but although I've painted the rope, you know, the rope threads on, I think it would have been better to have twisted up some copper wire and annealed it, you know, put some heat on it so it made it a bit more pliable, and done it that way. And that way I could have had a bit of loose rope lying around on it as well. But it is what it is. I say it's all a learning curve. So I've put my blue propylene rope on some, and then just some sisal natural rope on a couple of the others. Dusted up the wheels and the sandbags. Again, that's just stippled on acrylic paint. As I said to you guys, the thing is with acrylic, it is a one-shot type of thing, as in you don't get another go on it. It does, once it's on, it's hard to shift. So if you're going to go down there, I'd prefer it actually on a lot of occasions than actually the oils. I like to put oils in certain places, but I like the dust effects I can create with acrylic. The bit of overspill there, I managed to catch sandbag paint on. I've got to paint that out still there. And the rubber side skirts, although I put a bit of oils on them just to get a bit of, you know, colour where the colour's bleached slightly, and I haven't gone full and shown some type of wear on the rubber. I've not actually put any type of weathering apart from round the metal strips. Let's see if we can lift this up without falling off. As I say, we've got there where one of the bolts has come off the strip and it's sticking out slightly. They've done the national colour on one side, not the other. So yeah, this is our problem. You can see there where the track's lifted off there. It hasn't particularly conformed well around the tap in the wheel itself, so I'm just making sure the barrel doesn't knock the camera. Is it this side? Well, it's all the sides. Wherever there's a join, it's gone badly. There we go. She's lifted off there. It's absolutely heartbreaking. It doesn't need another link in. It just I can't get it to stop on. And now it's that far gone. It's, you know, I've overworked it now with the different glues. This side, I think this might be the only one that actually managed to stop on, so I'm just trying to make sure this doesn't go flying off. That one, by the look of it, managed to stop on. And then we get to this one, which is obviously all parted company and not conformed well around the front. Big huge gap. We can see where I put all the super glue because she's frosted up. But yeah, absolutely heartbreaking that is. You do a lot of work and end up with that. So yeah, it you know, can't really say much else about that. So I don't even think mud's going to really hide it so much, because I mean you'd literally have to obliterate half the bottom side of the tank just to try and hide everything, but I will try. So we've got to put mud round here, mud on all four corners, and obviously we've got to then put it in and up. I was going to put some form of clag mud just hanging off the rubber side skirts just to make it look a bit more natural, but obviously I'm going to have to thicken that up now. I probably have to have it, like some of the guys have done, sticking on the back, which I didn't really want. I was quite happy with the more natural metal finish there, with me diesel fumes gone, you know, where the diesel's gone down and up and, you know, around the exhausts and bit of cast armour there around the exhausts. So that's where we are, guys. If I can save it with the mud, then I might think of putting the figures on, or getting the figures out of the box and doing them. But if it's looking as bad as I think it's going to end up looking, that's as far as it'll go. I won't spend any more time on it. I'll weather the rubber everywhere, and I've got to put some blackning inside the barrel, just around the edges, and there's a couple of bits like the fume vents at the back there, and they just need a bit of black round to show that where it's been venting the fumes out. But apart from that, I won't do any stowage. That'll be it. If it looks not too bad, then I'll carry on with. I'll just have to adjust what I was thinking with the base, but I'll get something done on that. But I'm not throwing any more time at something that's you know, you can look at all that and think it's great, but as soon as you look down and you see what's happened with the tracks, it makes it all pretty worthless, really. So, but it is, I keep saying, a learning curve. One of these days, Gav will learn. I don't know when that time will be, but we'll get there eventually. I mean, so far the only tracks I've had any joy with have been the mini art tracks. They quite like making them up. They fit together well and they conformed well. So yeah, it'll be interesting because I've got, these are Lincoln length, and I've got a Tamiya tank Lincoln length, an Italian one from the war, Second World War. I've got some couple of rubber band ones, Tamiya Sherman that Victor sent me, and the pattern that he sent me as well. I've got some rubber tracks on the BV that Frederick sent me, although they are in real life rubber tracks. But yeah, had some metal ones to go on the FT17. That when I say metal ones, sorry, I mean as in Lincoln stick together ones for the FT17. But yeah, so you know, this is where we are. Lots of good ideas and not really borne out with the skills to match them. So thanks for taking a look. I'm going to be doing a video. There should be, if it doesn't come up today beyond this one, there will be another one, because I'm doing the kick-off to my painting, the tribute to my little pup Barclay. I'm painting the bust, the fighter pilot bust, with a Cocker Spaniel on. I'll start cleaning that up today, and there'll be a quick video on that one just to kick that ball rolling. Look after yourselves. I hope your tracks are going better than mine. I hope you're painting, other building, whatever you happen to be doing. I hope it's going a lot better than this one. Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch each other very soon on another video.